Today we will solve the Adventofcode 2025 day 1 with the Rust. In the first question, there are two parts, part 1 and part 2. The main question starts from here. There is a save has a dial with only an array on it. Around the dial are the numbers from 0 to 99 in order, and whenever we turn the dial, it makes a small click noise. And in the input document, we will get uh, uh, some kind of data. In the data, we'll have the rotations and the distance. Rotation means the L and R. The L will, if the number presents L, that's mean we have to go to the left side direction. That's mean the lower side of the number. And if you have R, then we have to go to the towards the higher side of number. I'll show you visually on the notepad. And there will be another distance which we have to use for the how many clicks we have to dial we have to rotate on the particular direction. They gave some example, so we'll check this example in the better way so that we can get the question. So now let's move to uh, the visual representation of the question. So we have to find the password. The password is the number of times the dial pointing at 0 after doing the rotations. And we know that the dial starting point is 50, right? The starting point is 50, and the dial is rotated the L68 and to the point at 882. That's mean let's first understand this statement. So if we get this statement, then the rest will be very easy. We know that our dial is from, it will start from 1 2 3 4 5, then it's suppose 49 50 51 52 and 98 99. So after 99 it will again this is 0, so it will again start from 0, then 1, then so on. And our starting point is 50, right? So the L68 means means we have to go to the left side direction, that's the lower side of the number, and R means we have to go to the right side of the direction, that's the higher side of number. So L68 means from the starting point, our starting point is 50 as they mentioned. By default the starting point will be 50. So our starting point is 50. So from the 50 we have to go to the 68 direction, or you can say 68 steps. But we know that okay, after 50 it will be 0, right? We will reach the 0. And from the 0, if we go to the next, again go to the left, so then it will go to basically 99, right? Then 98, then 97, then so on, right? Because of the rotation of a clock. So from 68, so we are currently at 50, and if we move to the 50 step, right? If we move to the 50 steps, then we'll reach the 0. So 68 minus 50, then 18 step, right? 18. So after 0, going to the 0 position, we again have to go to the 18 steps left side direction. Now let's see. Now we are at 0, so we are starting from the 0. So power, let's say this is 0. Now we have to go again 18 steps, right? 18 steps towards the left side of direction. So in step 1 we'll reach to the 99, right? And then step 2 we'll reach to the 98. Step 3 we'll reach to the 97, and then in the 17 steps, right, we'll reach to the 83, and then the 18, after 18 step we'll reach to the 82 point, right? 82 point. That's why it mentioned the pointing at point 82. And then when in the next dial we have to do the left and 30 direction, right? So we are now at 82. Okay, we are now at 82, and we again have to go to the left side of direction. That's mean 82 minus 30. Okay, 82 minus 30. So that is 52. Okay, yeah, 52. That is 52. So that's why we are again 52. Now we are at 52 point. Okay, now we are at 52 point, and then the next instruction is R48, right? That's mean we have to go to the right side. Now we have to go to the right side of the direction with the 48 steps. So 52, we are at 52, then we have to go to the 48. So 52 plus 48, that's been 100, right? 100 means after 98, 99. So right after 47, we'll reach at the end of the age 99. Then on the 48 steps, we'll go to the zeroth, right? And the password key, if we reach to the towards the end of the of any point after doing some rotation, then we have to count the or basically we have to count that number. That will be actually the password. So here we can see that after 48, the we are point the our we are at the zeroth point, right? So we'll count as one. The same will goes for here. Then we found that after L55 we are again at 0. So we'll count our increase, we'll increase our count will 2. Then again after L99 we are at 0, then 0th point. Then we'll increase our count 3. So and then the loop ends here. So we saw that we got three count, or even the three result, where we found that 0th point, right? So the password will be the 3. This is the first question. Now let's see the second question. So now let's see the part 2. In the part 2, basically we have to, this is the main question, a main point. So we are actually supposed to count the number of times any clicks the dial, any click. Okay, so now let's see the part 2 of the question. So the main question actually here, so we actually supposed to count the number of any times any click, number of times any click causes the dial to point at 0, regardless of the whether it happens during the rotation or the at the end of the one. In the part 1, we just had to check at the end of the one. Now there is some extra requirement that we also have to check if we reach the 0 during the rotation, that also we have to count. They gave one example, same example, like the dial started point at 50 and then the dial starts at 68, right? And to the point of 82, and during this rotation it points to 0 at once. Do you remember? Like let's move to the notepad, where like this is the number, these are the point. Okay, 99, 98, 99, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after 68, after 50 steps, we reached at the 0. So that is it's mentioned that since we reached at 0, so we have to increase the count here, right? So yeah, this is the that's why in the L68 we during the rotation we saw the we were at the 0 point, and that's why we will increase the count. And then same for here, this is at the end, so that we also count will this one. And same for the R62, during this rotation we basically uh, go through the 0th point, so that is we have to count the increase the count. So in this we found that there is a 6 number. We so there is six occurrence. We basically we basically found the 0. So that will be the new password. So this is the basically the part 2 of the question. So in the part 1 we had to found we had to found the 0, where when it for the at the end of the one. And but for the part 2 we have to check regardless of whether it is happening during the rotation or the end of the one. Okay, so now let's write the code. Now coding part. So I am in my this folder. From here I'll do cargo unit, let's say d1. Okay, so d1 folder has been created, and there's a main.rc file. So here we'll basically write all the code. But before that, we need one information, all the inputs, all the testing inputs, and you'll get the testing inputs from the Adventofcode website. So I've already copied those in test inputs. So these are all the test inputs. I just put in the input the txt, and I started writing the code. So as we know that we have the direction, that this is the direction L and R, and these are the destination. So for that, let's create our enum direction left, and that will be right. And let's create one struct that rotation, which will contain the direction and the clicks, right? How many clicks we did? The 128. Let me turn off the suggestion. Okay, yeah. And for these two, let me use the debug drive so that I can console print those this is stuck properly. Now we have to read the this file input and then extract the data from here. So for that we just have to import some standard module. So from my face we'll import the file file module, and then from the standard IO we'll import the self buffer read and buffer reader, and from the standard path we'll import the path thing. Okay, now starting. Okay, we won't write code in the main function. Instead we'll create the sub functions. So first let's create a function called name solve. Okay, and this will accept as a path. This will accept as a path, and this p is the generics, and this will return your result, and I will return the two variable, two data. One is for the result one, the part one, and for the part two. And let's fix the generics part p, and the generics is reference, I think we can reference of path. Okay, path. Yeah, let creating file variable. So I'll open the file path, and with the question mark, basically this will return either the file or the none. This is the syntactic figure of writing match statement with the okay and none. Okay or some. So now let reader create another variable reader. So we'll read the file. Okay, and then let's create some variables. Position. This is the default position actually. For our case it is 50, right? This is the default starting position. And then part one solution, or part one count will be stored here, and the part two count will be stored here in part two. Okay, now let's read the line. For line in reader dot lines. Okay, now let line equal to line dot trim, then to string. Okay, yeah, so this line will be actually basically this line, this is one line, this is another line, this is another line, right? Now we'll check if the line is empty, then we'll simply continue to the next line, right? Now let's create the main variable, let some rotation. So here basically we will be parse the rotation, right? We need this is the direction and the clicks. So we'll create, for this we'll create another function. We'll call this parse rotation. Parse rotation. This will accept the line, the reference, the borrowed reference option. This will return the option and the rotation option, right? So here the string equal to, we'll just, well, though we are already trimmed there, but we are trimming again here. So if the s is empty after trimming, then we'll simply return none. Otherwise let first character and the rest of character, right? The s dot split, we are splitting at one. The first character is the direction, and the rest of the character will be the number, actual clicks, right? So let direction, we're creating another variable to check the first character. The first character either be L string or the small case L, right? If that is the case, then we will return direction left, and for R we will return direction right. If nothing found, for return none for default case, or for the other cases, right? Now let's create a variable for the clicks. For the rest, this will be the actual rest dot trim, trimming. This is this return string. Then we have to parse this string to a to I28 string integer I128 dot okay. Sorry, this is actually not here, this is here, and this also here. And then we'll just have to return rotation, direction, and some. I can use the return statement, but if this is a shortened version of this, if we don't use the semicolon, then it will automatically return this function, right? So now we'll use this function inside our main that function, the solve function. So here if then here we'll check the rotation and the line. Now here we'll basically count the part 1 and part 2 result. For the part 1, okay, apply the turn for the part 1. If you know, for the part 1, part 1 and part 2, okay. Let's do the part 2 first. For the part 2, we'll create another variable function, sorry, clicks, there 0 clicks, hit 0 in between, right? This is the in between case, and here we'll pass two things: the position and the position and the rotation. So position is the current position where we are currently at, and the rotation and the rotation, right? And this will return the I120, which will be stored, which will be our return value, actual return value, right? So if now we'll check rotation dot clicks if equal to 0, then there's nothing, then 0. Now we have to convert position I28 once, avoid the type sheet, okay. So let positions equal to current dot, and this is 100, so I128. Now I'll use the match statement to check the direction. Direction dot right, if the right is the case, then we'll do something, and for the left direction we'll do another calculation, okay. For the right direction, let distance to 0 equal to if position is equal to 99, then 1, else 100 minus position. So what's happening? If we hit 0, then we're simply passing from 99 to 0, right? So basically we have to, if we are at 99 position, then we have to move to the go to the 0th step instead of 100, okay. Now if rotation dot clicks less than distance of 0, then 0, otherwise else 1 plus how many times we have already checked, right, clicks minus distance 0 divided by 100, okay. Now let's do the for the left side, let distance to 0 if position equal to 0, then 100, else position. So this is the same case where we hit the 0, we hit 0 when leading exactly on it, okay, at the edge. Now if we check, if rotation dot clicks if less than distance 0, then we'll return 0, otherwise 1 plus rotation dot clicks minus distance 0, this is how divided by 100, okay. Now we'll use these functions in the here, okay. The part 2 plus equal to clicks that hit 0, here we'll have to pass the current means the position, and the rotation is the this rotation, okay. Now for the part 1, we'll now we will basically since this was the line one line, now we have to check the other lines, right? So further we will use the another variable function to rotation to do the rotation part. Apply rotation. This will accept the same position, current I64, and the rotation rotation is the type of rotation. This will also return I64, and then let's clicks into rotation dot clicks. We are doing the modulo because we know that it can't go beyond 100 as I64. Then match the rotation dot direct for the right direction. We'll do something, and for the right direction I'll do something, okay. Okay, for the left direction, so it will be current minus clicks, yeah, current clicks, then we'll get the actual value, positive value, right? And for the right direction, we'll check the right side of it, and right side, right, remember. So if this is 950 40 0 1 2 dot 49 comma 50 comma 51, then 52 until the 99, right? So for the left we have to go to the direction, and for the right we have to go to the direction. That's why for the left we have to minus and do the minus thing, and for the right we have to do the plus things. 100, okay. Now this function is done. We have to use this function, apply rotation. It is, yeah. So position equal to apply rotation, position and the rotation, okay. if position equal to 0, that's been found. At the end of age we found the 0 at the from the edge, so we'll increase the part 1 value. Otherwise, for the else case, let's suppose we print alien could not parse line and then line. Okay, now let's see what is the actual issue. Built-in attribute path. Sorry, this will be path, right? And what is the issue? Mismatch type for loops. This is lines, reader dot lines. Okay, this is fine. Reader buffer dot new. We are passing the reader, and for lines. Actually, we have to return the I20, right? So that will okay. So now we'll return part 1 and part 2. Okay. Yeah, here it goes. This is our solve function, and this is ptmax, I can say. Now we'll use the solve function. So just let's go through once. So this enum will store the direction, the L and R with the left and right, and this step where we'll store the entire thing, the direction and the clicks. And here we have the parsing the rotation. Just when getting the value from from the line. The first character will be the direction, and the rest of the character will be the clicks. And then we are checking 0 in between, and here we are checking getting the position. If from the position, basically we are applying the rotation, and if after applying the rotation, if we get the 0, that's when at the edge of the rotation, and go from 0, then we have to increase the part 1 question, part 1 answer, and then we are returning the part 1 and part 2. Now let's use this one in the main function, so that we can write run part 1 and part 2 equal to solve. Here we'll pass the input.txt file path. Okay, let's print part 1 and print part 2 here part 2. Okay, now let's run the code. Okay, I think there's some issue with the part 1 and part 2. Read the okay part. Part 1 is the part 1 unknown solve. Okay, sorry, since this is returning the result, either none or okay, so we have to pass this instead this question, or we can write the matching thing, right? Okay, what is the 0 now? Okay, so since we are using question mark, so we have to write this one here as well. Your result and nothing. Okay. Why your result? Nothing. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, so undo. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now if I run, sorry, we have to I have to go to the src directory, cd d1 directory, and the src, then cargo run. Yeah, the first answer is the 1068, and the second